Thanks for tuning in live to Proline TV as we talk some horse racing from Del Mar. And don't forget to tune in later tonight if you are a member. I'm sure you won't forget. If you are not a member, check out the link in the description of this video, or just go ahead and click the join button, and that will show you exactly what you need to do to become a member. It's as simple as that. $2 for 2 shows every 4 weeks, $4 for 4 shows every 4 weeks. Now, we're going to have a bonus show coming up this week. Okay, there's so many good races this week. Del Mar, Saratoga. It's a holiday weekend. So we're going to be on tonight at 7 o'clock and then Friday night at 7 o'clock Eastern time. And we are going to do the Jockey Club Gold Cup from Saratoga. That race will be on tomorrow's show. That'll be a part of the bonus. And we're going to have another one of the races at Del Mar as part of the bonus. Pacific Classic, that's the main race that we're going to talk about tonight. And then we have a race also at Del Mar that we will talk about later on this evening. The reason we're doing that is because in 2 weeks, there are no graded stakes races. It's not a good week. We're going to be off that week because of that. We'd rather give you the bonus coverage this week with better racing. All right, so on this show, what we're going to do is try to come through like we did last week. And thanks out there to our viewers who had some kind words to say after the successful win last week. And that was a good one. So hopefully you made some money off of it. And that's all I'm here for, is to try to do my best, whether it's from my picks or the information to give you so you can go out there and make some money. We're going to do the Del Mar Handicap. All right. So this is going to be race 11 at Del Mar. So here's the field. It's a pretty big field, as you can see. So we have a lot of horses to go through. So let's go ahead and start. Let's see. Go ahead and start, of course, here. All right. There we go. Okay. All right. So what we have, maybe erase this a little bit more. Okay, so what we have here is a pretty long race. This is a 1 3/8 on turf. This is going to go off at about pretty late for you guys at 9:43, because it's late for me. 9:43, even though I'll be up anyway, especially because there's college football to watch. So this one's going to be about 9:45 Eastern time on Saturday night. And I believe this is the last race on the card. So the morning line favorite is the 11. It's the last horse in the field. That's Gold Phoenix, a 3-1 shot with Pratt on board for the first time. We're going to start off, first of all, though, with the top 2 horses here on the card, the 1 and the 2. And Bolitnikov is going to get us started. And by the way, a $300,000 purse for 3-year-olds and up. This is a 6-year-old horse. So, yeah, a little bit old compared to a few horses in this field, but not so ancient. Matter of fact, if you see the numbers there, they're actually pretty nice. So much so that I think this is the better long shot in the race. And then I really felt justified by that when I saw the unbelievable, and I don't use that word very often. That word is used too much in our industry. It makes me sick how often people use the word unbelievable. But I think it is an unbelievable stat in which Philip D'Amato has won not just 3 straight. You know how hard it is to win these races when you're not like, I don't know, Todd Pletcher, Chad Brown, that sort of thing. To win, like, and I know D'Amato's a good trainer, but to win 3 straight Del Mar handicaps and 7 of 9. So that's pretty impressive for Phil D'Amato. And when I saw that and I realized this was my top long shot, I was like, hey, I got D'Amato, I got a long shot, I'm in. So anyway, look, the horse has been pretty decent, over 50% in the money lifetime, which is nice. Yeah, you don't like the fact he's only got 1 win and 9 at Del Mar, but at least he's been in the money 6 out of 9, and at least he does have a win. Look, 12-1, this is what we're talking about. We're talking about a long shot. I like the fact that the horse has been battle tested. He's been in a lot of big races. The results haven't been all that great lately. I completely get that. But take a look, and you'll see here that in his last 2 races at Del Mar, when he finished 2nd and 4th, and considering that out of that stretch that I highlighted there, which was not very good, those were his two best races during that stretch, and they were both at Del Mar. So he ran a 9 in those races when he finished 2nd and 4th. So 9s in this race are pretty good. So that's why I'm going to go ahead and take Biletnikoff as a top long shot. Next up, Adios Cole is not going to be played, even though he's coming off a 9. It's pretty clear that because that 9 is a 5-point new top and he doesn't have a lot of time in between starts, that the bounce factor is going to come into play big time. And on top of the fact that he's got all 3 of his wins on Lasix. Okay, of course, no Lasix in this race. And let's now move to, where are we? Oh, excuse me. It takes me a while to get used to this. Okay. Let's go with the 3, Nitty. And Nitty is a 12-1 shot. Not going to make my board, but not a totally bad idea because of the fact that even though his last race was also a 4-point new top, just like the 2, Nitty has an extra month and a half off. So that is definitely a reason that, and maybe that's why he's 12-1 and the 2 is 30-1, but he's still a long shot at 12-1. So he's coming off a grade 3 win. He's got back-to-back wins. He's only had 3 wins in his career. And one was on Lasix, one was off. So, yeah, I mean, it's not the worst idea in the world. It's just that I have another long shot I prefer. So, and Nitty is a 4-year-old, and that's not bad. My long shot's a 6-year-old. So there are some things to like about Nitty. Don't get me wrong. Okay, now let's jump on the next group. Okay. Let's start with Stay Hot, the 4. Stay Hot is a 5-1 shot. That is not a bad idea. I think Stay Hot is definitely a decent contender, which is why he's 5-1. You know, the trainer's having a really nice meet. Mike Smith is not, though, but that's okay. Del Mar, the horse has done well here. Overall, he seems to be in the money quite a bit. His numbers are not bad. If you look at it just on this board, just on this form, most of his races, his numbers range between 9 and 14. But the thing is, he only has 1 9 for a 5-1 shot. So I think I want a little bit more than that. At least he's coming off the 9, and he is trending in the right direction. And you're talking about a 4-year-old horse. The last win was on Lasix, so you got to keep that in mind. But he does have 3 other wins without it, so I'm not really concerned about that. So, yeah, look, Stay Hot's, I think, a nice horse. I just don't see any value here with some other horses I like. That's all. But, yeah, Stay Hot, definitely a contender to watch. Now, the 5, now this is going to be a horse that I'm definitely going to go with over the 4. So, if you look there, and again, very similar, the odds obviously are the same. What I like is that at least my rider, Berrios, having a really good meet compared to Mike Smith. So I like that. Trainers kind of cancel out. Also, the 4 does not have a graded stakes win, but the 5 has 2 grade 2 stakes wins. So I like that, including the fact that he's won 2 graded stakes races in his last 3 coming in. And over his last 6 races, he's ranged from 9 to 11 in all of his races. So he's been very consistent lately. It's a 4-year-old horse. So the horse seems to be, getting it at the right time. And yeah, I mean, out of 11 races, 3 graded stakes wins. That's nice. His last 6 races are his best races. So why not? That's why I like the 5 over the 4. And that's why Attilian, is that Atitlin? Atitlin is going to be one of my plays. The 6 is a long shot that does not look very good. Mondego's too slow. He had a trainer change to McCarthy. He's got a couple of horses in this field. He's coming off Lasix after being on it for the last 6 races. But look at what happened when he wasn't on it, when he was racing in those graded stakes races. He did nothing. And his numbers were not very good. His numbers really haven't improved all that much with the Lasix either. And he's just coming off his first win in a while. So, yeah, I don't see anything to like at all about Mondego. Let's now move on to the next group, 7 and 9s. 7 and 9s. Let's see what we got here. 7 and 9s. Okay. So let's start with the 7, Truly Quality. And Truly Quality will end up being my top pick. And I think this is a pretty, well, I won't say it. Anyway, Truly Quality has been in the money 12 out of 14 times, 6-1. So he's already getting better odds than the 2 5-1 horses that we just talked about. And this horse has 2 8s in his last 4 races. And before that, he wasn't running bad. He was running 11s, 12s, and 13s. Most of them 12s. That's okay in this field. He's got 4 wins in his last 6 starts. He's been first or second in 5 of his last 6 starts. He's been able to win off of Lasix, 2 out of his last 3 races. The only thing that I'm concerned with is that at this distance, he's run it 3 times. And even though he's got 2 wins, he's run a 12 in all 3 of those. That's the main thing that I'd be concerned with. But if you look at, see, and the thing that, and you never know if it's the reason, but you got the 8 and even an 11 in his last 4 races. So you got 2 8s, 11, 12. One of those 12s I was talking about was one of those wins at this distance at Woodbine in October. Okay. So now what you notice there is it's an off track. So I'm willing to say, okay, well, maybe that's something to do with it. Maybe he's got a 12. Maybe he could have done better than that. Still won the race. He was on Lasix. But again, it is something that's a negative for me. So if he loses the race, let's just say, and he runs a 12, then yeah, probably should have thought differently. But this horse has 2 8s, and I don't even think, just looking ahead, the morning line favorite has 1 8. Okay, so I've got 2 8s here. So I'm gonna roll the dice. Every one of these horses is gonna have hiccups, issues. That's just the field that we're dealing with. So if that's my hiccup, that's my issue, I'm okay with it. He's won his only race at Del Mar, and I'm going with Truly Quality as my top play. Final Boss is next, a 4-1 shot. This is the second choice odds-wise in the field. But I do not see any value here. While I really like the combination of Hernandez and Sadler, this is the best combination in the field, percentage-wise. And this is a good horse. This is a horse that has ability. He has not been battle tested. So I don't think this horse has ever run in a graded stakes race. And now he's got to run in a graded stakes race. The good point, again, there's a few good things. The combo, the fact that he does get better in all 3 of his trips to Del Mar, 14, 10, and 9. He's heading in the right direction there. On the negative side, I gave you not battle tested, 3 wins on Lasix. Throw that in, and you're not getting value. So good horse in this field, absolutely. Can win the race, absolutely. I'm just not getting any value. So I'll take, a couple of the other horses I mentioned that were 5 and 6-1. The 9 is Endlessly. And you get Velasquez on board here for the first time. So that helps. Another McCarthy horse. 2 wins at Del Mar out of 3. 5 wins out of 11 lifetime. That's good. He's been in a lot of big races, a lot of grade 1 races. He's got he's got 3 grade 3 wins. So that's not bad. But the problem is the numbers. He's been in the last 3 races, all been 12s. And when he won those races, those grade 3 races, he was on that 4 out of 5 streak, as you can see. As a matter of fact, the only bad race was in a Breeders' Cup race. His numbers were just, he ran one decent race at 10. Everything else, 12, 13, 15, 15, 14. And then he improves a little bit with the numbers this year, all 12s, but the results aren't all that good. That's not a good combo. The only good thing about the horse, the main good thing, are the odds at 12-1. And he's a 4-year-old horse. Velasquez is on board. So maybe you get a jump here with Velasquez. I don't think it's the worst idea in the world for a long shot, but I already have my long shot. So I think Endlessly, out of the other long shots, Endlessly might be the second best long shot in the race. And then we're going to wrap it up with 10 and 11. Where am I? 10 is one of the long shots. It's just too slow. City Exile. If you look at it, the only good thing about City Exile is Phil D'Amato. And we told you about Phil early on. This horse does have a 10 in April and an 11 last June. Other than that, he's coming in back-to-back 12s. He ran a 13. Those 12s and 13s were his races at Del Mar. His win at this distance was the race at Del Mar. Optional claimer last July, ran a 13. It's just a slow horse who doesn't race in big races, and most of those races, therefore, have been on Lasix. So I just don't see, out of the D'Amato horses, this is definitely 3 out of 3. And then now you've got Gold Phoenix, the morning line favorite at 3-1. You get Pratt. That's a huge upgrade. That helps. You get D'Amato in this race. That's big. He's the defending champ of the race. He won this race last year running an 11. It's also his last win. He's got 50% wins at Del Mar. He has never lost a race at this distance. And he's very consistent. He's the most consistent horse in the field numbers-wise. Not by a lot, but definitely enough that he probably should be the favorite. The negative, if you believe it's a negative, I know every racetrack is different, outside, inside posts, but for the most part, most people don't want the outside post, especially in an 11-horse field. So he's, all the way outside, 11-horse field as well. Throw that in there. And just, take a look here. Just in these last 10 races, he ran in the 12th position in the Breeders' Cup race and ran an 8. He finished 4th. He ran in the 9th position in a Grade 2 race and finished 5th. And that's it, just in the last 10 races. So he's back out in the 11th post, and he's got 2 Grade 2 wins. So look, probably the best horse in the field, but you are dealing with a few obstacles. But I definitely think he is a horse that should be played. Okay. Actually, let me put that back up as I close out and get back the entries. Okay, so there you go. So I am going to do 1, 5, 7, 11. So I'm going to do my top play is going to be the 7 Truly Quality. And I've got the long shot with the 1. So I have the 6-1 shot with a 12-1 shot and a 5-1 shot. Yep, 5-1 shot. As well as the favorite, the 3-1 shot Gold Phoenix. So obviously I want it. I don't want Gold Phoenix to win. I want 1, 5, and 7. That's what I want. If I can get 1, 5, and 7, I think I'm going to be able to make a little cash here. And hopefully you'll be able to make some cash with your own picks. I hope the information I provided for you was just what you needed to make some money. It is the last race on the card. So I certainly hope that you'll have a good day. And then this last race will be a bonus. Keeping in mind that we are going to handicap 3 more Del Mar races on this card between tonight and tomorrow night, 7 o'clock Eastern, both nights. And the races are going to be, it's going to be race 5 at Del Mar, race 9 and 10 at Del Mar. So we're doing race 9 and 10 tonight. Since they're back to back, I figured let's do that. Tomorrow will be races 5 at Del Mar and Saratoga, the Jockey Club Gold Cup. It's the only Saratoga race out of the 4 that we're going to talk about in the next 2 nights. So if you have yet to join our membership, again, just keep in mind, it's just for if you do a $4 Exacta Box membership, you get to watch the next 4 shows that we provide for you. And then at that point, if you're unsatisfied, you can just cancel. That's it. I'm not interested anymore. And you've, wasted $5. And I seriously doubt that in the 4 races that we will cover, in the 8 races, the 8 minimum races that we're going to cover during the 4 race trial period, on that first $5 that you put in there to join our membership, I seriously doubt that we are not going to hit some winners for you, to make some money for you. That it turns out to be an investment. And again, for the long haul, just look at it this way. If you do it for the entire year, I mean, we don't have a year package, but let's say you wind up doing it for the whole year, you're talking about $60. You can make that up with one race that you hit on based on the information we provide. So, and then you get every single show all year long. So anyway, best of luck. And we'll see some of you guys tonight at 7 o'clock. We'll see some of you guys again tomorrow at 7 o'clock. And then we'll see the rest of you next week, because we will be on the air next week. It is 2 weeks from now when we're going to take off. And just to go over just quickly as I close out the schedule. Next week, you have 3 graded stakes races at Del Mar, 5 at Kentucky Downs, 1, and so you've got 8 graded stakes races that we can choose from. We're going to really hope for Del Mar. We don't want to do Kentucky Downs if we can avoid it, but we'll see. And then in 2 weeks, the week of the 13th, that's when we'll be off. We will come back the next week, the week of the 20th, with a big day at Parks, including 2 grade 1s and the Pennsylvania Derby. So that's going to wrap it up. Thanks for tuning in. Again, hope everybody got some value here, and we will see you again real soon.